Hey there, boys. It's your boy Repped Out. Today, I wanted to go over how you can improve faster and more efficiently, not only in Valorant, but in any game that you play. With that, let's get into it. Before we get started, a key term that I want to cover is automaticity, otherwise really known as muscle memory. Automaticity is the ability to do things without occupying the mind with the low-level details required, allowing it to become an automatic response pattern or a habit. It is usually the result of learning, repetition, and practice. It is averaged to take around 66 days to obtain automaticity in any specific skill set from a study conducted with 96 people from the European Journal of Social Psychology. Why do I bring this up? I bring it up because you need to know an accurate timeline of when you can really expect to obtain muscle memory or automaticity in any skill set you're practicing. So keep this in mind with you going forward with your practices. Another factor that I want to really go into and dive into before we get into the nitty-gritty schedule is motivation and overall mentality. What are your end goals? What do you want to do? Answer that question and you can get a better understanding of why you want to become better, maybe even professional or the top 1%. Is that your drive internal, or is it just to become professional? Usually the biggest misconception that people have is they just want to be famous or they want to be professional. They lack the motivation or self-fortitude to keep going even when times get rough. Remember the reasons why you want to do this, because they will be the first things you question when you aren't meeting your goals that you set, or you don't end up where you think you should. Next thing is, what are you willing to do? Can you hire a full-time coach? Are you only learning off of YouTube videos? What is the level of commitment or financial state that you could put yourself in? Not everyone can hire a coach, so maybe watching videos is the best way for you to improve. For this to be effective, really you need to start outside the game for both methods. First, it starts with, how do you start your day? Do you wake up and immediately get on and grind? If this is the case, just stop. If your intent is to reach the top echelon of competition, stop that habit, and here is where you start. When you wake up, you need to conduct some sort of physical training. This could be as easy as taking a walk or a short run. After you do this, eating a healthy, nutritious breakfast will help your body build the essential building blocks for you to learn new skill sets. Many studies have shown that physical fitness can assist your brain with learning later throughout the day. An article written by Dr. John J. Rady, an associate clinical professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School, explains that through exercise, first, it optimizes your mindset to improve alertness, attention, and motivation. Second, it increases and prepares your nerve cells to bind to one another, which is the cellular basis for logging in new information. And third, it spurs the development of the new nerve cells from stem cells in the hippocampus. Really, in short, all the scientific mumbo jumbo, not only does exercise help the brain get ready to learn, but it actually makes retaining information easier. Now we're going to kind of go into the schedule of what your day should look like when you're trying to improve in practice. First, you're going to think about what you want to improve that day. So after working out and eating breakfast, you need to sit down for about maybe 30 minutes to an hour or so and map out what you want to improve on this day. During this time, you can review training footage from previous days or review previous skill sets that you've wanted to learn. Next, you're going to practice what you've planned. After this, you're going to hop into a practice tool, games, or another way of practicing the methods you want to learn. This usually will go on for about 1 to 3 hours. The whole purpose of this is to hone in and improve on a certain skill set. Do not try and worry about the game and how you're playing during this time. You're not trying to win or do better. Your main goal is to focus on a key skill set and improve on that. Next will be review what you've practiced. After your initial practice of what you wanted to learn and practice, hop into a VOD review or some type of footage about your play. Once you get into this footage, try and pinpoint what you could have done better on your specific skill set. If you have a coach, share your findings, or if you have a teammate, share your findings with them, and they will be able to better help you get an unbiased opinion on what you could have done better. Next, you're just gonna eat lunch. Take a 1 to 2 hour break. Go watch some Netflix. Just take a very low intensity lunch, with just really no thinking. Just kind of hang out, enjoy yourself, enjoy the tiny little break you're gonna have, because this is gonna be used to prepare yourself for the ultra try hard mode coming next. As I stated before, next is the ultra sweat try hard mode. After this initial review, you're gonna get into try hard mode. You're gonna be doing your absolute best. This whole point is for you to not go for your specific skill sets. You don't care about those anymore. You obviously want to keep using them within your games, but your overall focus is going to be how you perform. Your goal is to achieve the best results possible personally. Don't worry about your team of randoms, but on what you could have done to improve. Usually, people do this for about 2 to 6 hours or until mental fatigue. Earlier on in your training, or right when you begin, within the first week or so, you might experience mental fatigue earlier than others. Take the hints that your body is giving you, and it'll build up over time. Final review. During the evening, after you've eaten dinner, relaxed for a little, dive into a less intensive review. Review your previous game's overall performance. Try and not pinpoint nitty-gritty things, but glaring factors in your play. This is not meant to find flaws in your gameplay, not I could have moved here and dodged this ability. It's about, the big ticket items, maybe map state, pressure, how you're positioned, maybe what you could have done to improve your overall performance. Write these things down, as they should bleed into your next morning review. Now, for a majority of the population, you might have a job. You might have other responsibilities outside of the video game. You will still keep this main schedule highlighted above. The only thing that's going to differ is it's going to be less time intensive. You're just going to shorten each of the scheduled requirements, such as maybe a 10-15 minute run instead of a 1 hour workout. Then maybe only a 15-30 minute review, maybe only 1 hour of practicing, and so forth. Fit it to your needs, because everybody has a different schedule and different needs within their gameplay. Overall, what you need to know before you really shoot for the stars and aim for that top 1%. Every single person is striving to achieve this greatness, and they have a high standard of themselves. That's good. You should always want the best performance out of yourself. But remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You should not put yourself through ultimatums or impossible goals. Don't say, yeah, within the first month, I need to be Valorant. No. You need to focus on one goal, and one goal only. Are you improving? If that answer is yes, then you know your hard work is paying off. Learning a game and becoming the top 1%, it's not easy. If it was, every single person in the world would do it. If you truly want it, you can achieve it. But do you want it? That's what you need to ask yourself.